Testing, testing. Okay, very good. What is going on, everybody? We are live once again. Happy Monday to y'all. It's been a week since I've live streamed. I haven't been playing a whole lot lately, so I don't know. Been lazy, and I've had nothing interesting to live stream. I'm not going to be doing Final Fantasy 11 live streams every fucking day, so I just haven't been playing any Switch or anything. I've just been grinding in this fucking game. Boring. But I'd figure I'd maybe jump on and talk to a couple of yous for a bit. Get caught up on current events. Holy shit, it got hot in here all of a sudden. I think we got the heat cranked. I'm going to light one up. Actually, I got a joint that's already been smoked a little bit. I'll light one up and chill the fuck out. Want to talk about anything? Feel free. What's up, Legend of Nelda? What's up, DJ Redden? Alright, one sec. Let me open up a... Alright, got the football game on. What's going on, Princess Rescuer? What you been playing? Some custom Robo Battle Revolution on GameCube? I've never played any of those games. Is that like a Japanese one? I remember you've got like a Japanese GameCube. So is like the Switch doing some is the Switch doing some Black Friday deals already? Yeah, I did read the article about Square Enix putting their Final Fantasy games down, and but yeah, we're getting close to there, aren't we? Well, still, that's not. No, it's like another week and a half, isn't it? It's not this weekend; it's next weekend, right? Isn't it usually Thanksgiving weekend, or is it? Yeah. But yeah, I know the sales do kick in early. Black Friday isn't what it used to be. It used to be a circus, but now they run deals like for a week just so that there aren't riots outside of stores. Or maybe it's just coincidentally on sale. They're on sale to the end of November. What's up, K2? Prince of Persia down to $18 for the digital. Yeah, it's crazy how. I know I'm looking at like certain digital sales. It's like crazy. They sell this stuff physical in stores for like 40, 50 bucks or whatever, and then you could, but then digitally you can get it for like $10 when they go on sale. It's hilarious. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. The digital wise, these games are worthless. Nobody's playing them anymore. No one's buying them. But yeah, there's sales going on all the time. It's just there's boom periods. There's like the Halloween sale. There's the summer sale. There's the Christmas sale or the whatever. You know, they usually There's usually one time where a whole shitload of games are on sale all at once. Just watching the Texans right now humiliate the fucking Cowboys. Holy shit. I think Astrobot or something should win Game of the Year, but if not, it'll win Best Family Game. Is what I'm predicting. You've been playing Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. Is that the one with the? There's a couple. Oh wow, Houston just threw an interception. Yeah, the bongo drum games. There's the adventure style game, and then there's the music rhythm game. There might have been a third game. I just remember the two that came out at launch. Is Jungle Beat the adventure game? I think it might be. Yeah, I don't know if you can play that on an HD television, those bongo drums, because that's going to require like no input lag, and good luck. Yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend playing the bongo drum games on an HDMI television. That probably would not work. What's up, Mark? And you're getting ready to fly out. Oh yeah, so yeah, you're getting married in Japan, I believe. Is that the latest? I believe you're getting married in Japan, and also you're expecting a baby girl as well, to my knowledge. That's right, we were having that discussion. You decided on a Japanese name this time, and then next time you get dibs. So this is okay. You have to go with a female Chinese name. We recommended Chun Li, but oh, I know the Game Awards. I don't give a shit either. Really, I'm just putting it out there. I think that. Just making a prediction, maybe that game wins Game of the Year, but I won't be paying attention either. I'll hear about it, but I'm not going to actually watch it. It'll just be a bunch of psychos crying about Trump. Yeah, they will. They get all their woke psychopaths. It's gonna be like a cope session. The Game Awards. Like you can probably play a drinking game. How many times do they cry about Trump at the Game Awards? Yeah, I think Jungle Beat is the adventure game. That's the one you're talking about. I'm telling you, it would probably work if you play it on a CRT. It probably would play better. Like the bongo drums weren't that bad. I played them a bit. It was good. It was responsive. But everything changes when you go HDMI. It's like gaming sucks now. It's like you can't avoid input lag anymore. Technology has gone too good. Mark, you're too busy playing older games to give a shit about the trash we have now. Yeah, if they're making your characters have pronouns and stuff, like, you know gaming is dead. your preferred pronouns for your character. Like that's you just want to throw your game in the trash. Oh yeah, they're putting all like these ugly girls in. They're purposely trying to make like the main characters ugly. It's so clown world. Video games and clown world. That's what happens when you mix video games with clown world. You get what's coming out nowadays. Oh, you do play your games on a CRT and it still sucks? Okay. Yeah, it's kind of crazy trying to play a platformer with fucking bongo drums. There's somebody that beat, what was it, Breath of the Wild, or... I don't even think it was Breath of the Wild. It might have even been Mario Odyssey or something. Somebody beat Mario Odyssey with the bongo drums. They were able to, like, connect it to the Switch or whatever, and they... It might have been Breath of the Wild, or it might have been Mario Odyssey. I thought it was something like that. Somebody beat it. There's a guy who's like the master of the bongo drums, and he beats games with it. Playing Sonic Unleashed on an emulator. That's the fucking werewolf Sonic, isn't it? Well, maybe if you don't care about the tariffs, that's fine. But if you are, hey, maybe that'll convince companies to make game systems in America. How about an American game console? Is Xbox technically an American console? I guess it would be, wouldn't it? You tried 1080 Avalanche with the bongo drums. What's up, Dave C? Game of the year is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hades clone. That's my game of the year. Or Karate Kid. Karate Kid Street Rumble. I'd have to be watching the game pretty closely, but curious if any of these athletes will do the Trump dance after they score a touchdown. CBS panicked and tried to block it out when Detroit, one of the players on Detroit, or a few of the players on the Lions were doing the Trump dance, and then when CBS showed the replay, they made sure to edit it out. A bunch of fucking retards. But everyone's doing the Trump dance. It's hilarious. John Jones, when he won his UFC title fight, he did the Trump dance. Yeah, that was a crazy weekend of stuff. They had that embarrassing Tyson fight. I guess the UFC was on Saturday. And then, and awesome NFL games yesterday. The Chiefs finally lost. Or the Kansas City Taylor Swifts finally lost a game. The Steelers beat the Ravens again. We beat them 8 out of the last 9 games. There was good football yesterday, and Pat the NES pug melting down over Trump. That was good, and that was like the most disgrace. How many times do people have to say this is the most disgraceful boxing match? Boxing's been a disgrace for decades. It's rigged, and it always has been rigged. Boxing is the most retarded sport. If you actually take boxing seriously, like, you're wasting your time. You're an idiot. Like, you're better off watching wrestling and watching stupid boxing. It's the most retarded, rigged sport ever. It's like just openly, obviously rigged. That fight was a complete fucking disgrace. It was. I'm surprised they didn't try and milk more money out of it. I thought it was going to be a draw for sure. I'm like, they're going to milk like 3 fights out of this. It's going to be a draw or. No, thank God they buried that now. That was so bad. So obvious Tyson didn't have a chance. And the fight was obviously rigged. Like, you can go and look at Mike Tyson train. He's fast, he's quick, he's throwing fast punches, like, almost looking like his old self. Like, that was the whole hype up to this match. Wow, look at Tyson, he looks incredible. Then he comes out and he doesn't even do anything. He'll like sometimes start off the round by like making it look like he's being aggressive. Then he just goes right back to doing nothing. Like, why can't you box the same way you're doing in training? Like, why can't you like move around really fast and like throw a lot of punches? Instead, you're sitting there scratching your ass the whole time. Like, what? He obviously didn't want to hurt him. Boxing's so retarded. Well, why do the boxers always look 100 times better training than they do? Like, I know they're being strategic or whatever, but it was just, everyone knows it was rigged. What a joke. And then Jake Paul, right before the fight ends, he just like puts his hands down and like bows to him. Like, fucking knock him out! He just gave you the... What a fucking joke. Yeah, boxing's the biggest joke sport ever. Like, half the time you watch a boxing match, you watch people like box and like throw punches at each other. Instead, it's just like they're just standing there and they're just like hugging each other the whole time. It's like, what are we watching? Shouldn't there be like a rule like this many hugs gets you disqualified? Can we like make something so that we actually see some boxing take place? It sucks. Alright, I'm gonna just be chilling doing some Wildskeeper. But yeah, anyways, there was that garbage rigged fight that was just a joke. It's funny how they can't even showcase the real athletes. They gotta put these stunt shows together for people to sit and watch boring ass boxing. Like, nobody wants to watch it. You've seen one boxing match, you've seen them all. Like, what, they just... It's so boring. you've seen one boxing match, you don't need to see another one again, and so nobody watches it. So they have to put these gimmick matches together so people will actually give a shit. The Netflix thing was a fucking joke. I watched it on Stream East, and the guy that was fucking showing it had to like reset his Netflix or whatever. He was trying to get it to work, and he ended up like doxing himself. He ended up like showing his name. People in like the chat were like calling him by his name, like, fix it, fix it. They're like, you just doxed yourself. And yeah, stupid fucking Netflix. They fucking blew it big time. And they're supposed to be showing like NFL games. They're supposed to be showing NFL games on Christmas. That's a fucking touchback. That ball's coming back. What? He fumbled the ball and it went through the end zone. That's Dallas's ball. What the hell? That looked like he fumbled the ball, but maybe he's counted us down there. I don't know if they were looking at that, but I have my sound completely off. How is it here? Is it? I'm not going to put it very loud. Fucking trash Netflix. But yeah, they could end up doing Tyson, getting Tyson involved again at WrestleMania. Just like how he was involved way back in the Attitude Era, how it basically kicked off the Attitude Era. I can bring out 58-year-old Tyson again to do like a special referee again or something. I wonder if UFC's gonna move to Netflix at some point, like if they at least do like recap shows or something on there. You think, I don't know, is TKO and Netflix now sort of working together? You got WWE on Netflix. You think that maybe UFC would make the move, or at least maybe show some fight nights? They still do a lot of fight nights in UFC, right? Like, maybe they're already doing that. I don't know, but it would make sense to do some fight nights on Netflix. I think that would do good. Netflix seems to be liking the live events. They want more as much as they can, because they've been having some success with like the, I don't know, live comedy shows or something. I think they did. Didn't they do like a Dave Chappelle one a long time ago? And then they did like a. They did somebody else. That reminds me of like a rant that I had. It's like, why doesn't Netflix continue with live events? Like, just have anything. Screw like stupid wrestling. Well, yeah, back when they bought wrestling. Stupid Monday Night Raw. He said, like, screw that. Why would you just, like, pay half of that money to, like, Cat Williams and have him, like, make jokes about the Illuminati or something, and that would get huge viewership. That was back when Cat Williams was, like, the talk for doing that interview. Talking about the Illuminati. Oh, you really want to cash in on popularity? Put pro-Trump content on your service, and your numbers will skyrocket. Like, are these people ever going to learn? Like, put a comedian, like, put like a conservative comedian on your show or something, making fun of the woke. You get so much viewership. A lot of the mainstream media are panicking and seeing if there's things they can do to change their ways. Not CNN. CNN will always be CNN, but like MSNBC and are like panicking to like we need to maybe change our ways or something. They're like they lost over like half their viewership. They're actually worried. CNN's like, oh, fuck it. We'll get our viewership down to it. We'll get our viewership down to 100,000 if we have to. We don't care. We're doubling down on this. We're never going to stop. No. All the money and interest are all in Make America Great Again. Or Americans are just seeking normalcy. How about people that aren't obsessed with abortion and trans? How about just that? There's a big reason why Caitlin Clark is so goddamn popular. It's not because she shoots logo threes. It's because, like, what? There's an athlete that's not a complete psychopath? Oh, she's awesome. I mean, like, there's like a normal person? Well, obviously because she's good, but the main drug part, like, if she was good, it'd be like, so what? Obviously a good female basketball player has to come around eventually. But the fact that this one's like not a psychopath, like not a nutcase, it's like, whoa, holy shit. We actually got an athlete we can respect. And she's going into a jungle full of crazy people. Holy shit. This is kind of interesting. The normal girl's about to ruin the party of the spoiled brats in their clown show league. Yeah, oh yeah, Trump got huge pops going into UFC. He's been, oh yeah. Throughout his whole campaign, people have been going nuts for Trump. It's no wonder he won Nevada. You're saying the PG era officially ended when it goes to Netflix? But yeah, but Netflix is super woke. They're not going to be able to do anything edgy. Triple H may come across pro-Trump, but he's not doing anything cool or edgy on that show. He's now bring out JD McDonough for 5-star match. Well, the people want to see the NXT. No, like WWE is at its worst it's ever been in the history of the company. WWE can't get any worse than it is now. Now all WWE is just filled with a bunch of Samoan jobbers and flippy floppy just garbage wrestlers or like gay wrestlers like Gunther and fucking Damian Priest and like oh man. And people that won't go away, like Sheamus and The Miz and The New Day, and just fuck off, Triple H. Fire them. They've been here like 10 years too long. Oh, as soon as people see Sheamus, they change the fucking channel. No, WWE is at its worst right now. They got Gay Cody Rhodes as champion, and it's couldn't be any more embarrassing. I would never tell anyone that I watch wrestling. Not that I don't watch wrestling, but I don't like tell anyone that I watch wrestling. It's like a deep, dark secret. It's like, oh. AEW is way better. At least you could laugh at how bad it is. Just how like god awful it is. At least you could funny like the corniness of AEW is so funny. Stupid Mercedes Monet flying through a fake wall, like that's hilarious. Like that's classic AEW. You laugh at it's like watching a B movie, right? It's like watching a like Troll 2 versus watching Michael Bay's Transformers. All right? Obviously the Michael Bay Transformers like looks better and like better acting, better special effects. But it's so fucking incredibly lame. They try and cater to like the modern crowd and the millennials and it's like super bad. The CG is like yeah, better presentation, but the CG is just so lame, horrible to look at. So you just want to shut that off and you'd rather put in Troll 2. Troll 2's got the bad acting, the cheese, the storylines that make no sense. Like that's AEW. It's the Troll 2 of wrestling. You laugh at it for the bad acting, the horrible matches, the lame special effects. The hypocrisy, calling Vince a dirty old man. Meanwhile, you're having two wrestlers who could shake their tits the best. You're having the boob dance, the boob off, the shake off. Like the blatant hypocrisy in AEW is hilarious, and like it's Troll 2. Like it's Troll 2 on steroids. So it's better. It's better than Michael Bay's Transformers. Just because at least there's the factor of laughing at how bad it is. Oh my god! That's like Tony Khan trying to act. Like you get the same response when you see Tony Khan in his cracked out coke eyes and him like trying to act. Like, I'm not offended by the boob off. I love the boob off. More boob offs. But it's just the hypocrisy is what I'm talking about. All these stupid hardcore smarks. Oh, the Attitude Era. They don't speak like that. More like a high-pitched, squeaky, whiny voice. But like, man, the Attitude Era. It's a perverted and bra and panty matches and evening gown matches. Yeah. Oh, you're perfectly fine with two girls seeing how fast they can shake their tits. I don't ever recall WWE competing to shake who can shake their tits the best. I don't. That's beyond like anything they did on television. Yeah, the cat taking her fucking bra off was the best. Was the craziest thing WWE's done. But yeah, you want to. It's just a hypocrisy. I love the boob off. I think that's great that Japanese girl's back. Like, that's, to me, what the women's division's supposed to be. For sex appeal. Because you don't actually want to watch two women wrestle. That's like silly and dumb. Like, but yes, the women's sex appeal, I'm okay with it. It's just the hypocrisy of the hardcore AEW fans. They're okay with that, but they don't like whatever. Like they're retards. You don't see them making any. If WWE was to do the boob off, the shake off, the AEW marks would be going crazy. They would be outraged. Thoughts on the Bills beating the Chiefs last night? Will Josh Allen win MVP of the year? Yeah, good win for the Bills, obviously, but it doesn't mean shit until it's playoff time. And even Josh Allen basically said that too. Like, this win doesn't really mean anything. The win matters in January, so we'll see then. But you might not see the Bills and the Chiefs even play. We'll see what Baltimore, Pittsburgh, the Chargers, we'll see what they have to say. My team's fucking kicking some fucking ass. I feel that my team could beat the Bills. I mean, they're all injured all over the place. Kansas City's been squeaking by every single one of their games. I'm not scared of them. I really do think like the Steelers can bully any team right now. I'm pretty confident in my team. Our defense was insanely good yesterday. But that's good for the Bills. The Bills Mafia, the Bills fan base are incredible. I love them. I've tailgated a few times with Bills fans. They're amazing. They love Canadians. They love Canadians coming across the border and supporting the team and all that. And of course, I'm a closet Steelers fan when I go see the Bills, but I do root for the Bills. Like while I'm there, I'm a Bills fan for the day or whatever. They're the team that's closest to home, so I'll be a pretend Bills fan for a day. I think I even bought like a Bills jersey too. Back then, I used to like be a fan of a bunch of teams. I was way more into the NFL back in its heyday. But I don't know. Are the Bills going to have enough? Can Josh Allen do it alone? I don't think so. They're going to have to hope for a really healthy postseason. And last year, their defense was really banged up. They had all their best players out. And they had a hard time. People were saying, fire the coach, fire the coach. You can't fire a coach when he loses that many starters. It's hard. It's hard to get to the Super Bowl. It's hard to stay healthy and get to the Super Bowl. Like, give him a break. Some people thought I was an idiot for saying that. Like, no, he needs to be fired. Like, no, unless the players are demanding that he goes, unless his players quit on him, then you fire him. But if the players like him, then keep him. Where are we going here? Oh, yeah, for it. And look, the Bills are having an excellent season. Good thing they didn't fire him. Sean McDermott's not like a bad coach. It's hard to find good coaches nowadays. Like, just keep him there. But yeah, the win doesn't mean much. They're going to win the division by a landslide anyways. Well, of course, they're going to keep fighting for whatever seed that they can get, but it don't matter. They got to hope that they get home field advantage again, because there's a good chance that if they are playing the Chiefs, the Bills will have to go to Kansas City to play. Which isn't the worst place. They are, a cold weather team, so they should be able to handle it. Still, you want to be in your home turf. Let's hope to God. I know we're all sick of the Chiefs. We don't want to see them. They win enough. I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan too, but even I've had enough. Enough is enough, and it's time for a change. By somebody winning the Super Bowl. Someone else winning the Super Bowl for a change. At least the Chiefs kept San Fran from winning one. It must hurt being a San Francisco 49ers fan. They keep making it to the Super Bowl and they keep losing it. They keep eliminating Aaron Rodgers from the playoffs, but they can never win the big one. But that was a great NFL weekend. And then Tony Khan's football team gave up 600 plus offensive yards. Gave up over 600 yards on offense to the Detroit Lions. uh, and people thought he would fire Doug Peterson. No way. Tony Khan loves Doug Peterson. That's almost like asking him to fire Kenny Omega, or like that's like asking him to fire Will Ospreay. You know how many hugs he gives him? Well, I don't think he hugs Doug Peterson as much as he hugs Will Ospreay, but oh my God, Tony Khan! Why is everything that you're involved with, everything that Tony Khan is involved with, is always a disaster? Always a disaster. He can't do a wrestling company's a disaster. His Jacksonville Jaguars are the worst team in the league. I think his soccer team sucks too. I don't care about that, but oh Jesus. Oh, I heard that the Detroit Lions got 38 straight first downs or something. Like they didn't even punt the ball at all. Oh my God, if my team ever performed like that, I would probably burn my jersey. If the Steelers ever like perform that way. Oh, I get it, like blowouts happen and blah blah blah. Or garbage quarterback can't play worth a damn, but like holy shit, dude. That's not even it. The defense is like, how does a defense give up that much? Like, what did you do all week? Fuck the dog? Just fuck the dog, didn't look at any film, or you just can't stop him on a single drive. The fucking Jacksonville Jaguars, my God. But that's in a way good on Tony Khan. Like, at this point, don't even fire the coach. Just tank at this point and fire the coach at the end of the season the respectable way. Yes, but Princess Rescuer, there's more to it. See, throwing and kicking balls is just the percent. We watch it for the storylines. Just like wrestling. It's the same as wrestling. Like, don't really actually watch it for the silly wrestling part. We're in it for the storylines. It's the same with real sports. The NFL has like way better storylines than wrestling, which is stupid. Wrestling should have better storylines. That's how the entire foundation of the product should be, but since they've lost their ways, and wrestling is now run by just nothing but marks. They don't focus. They don't bother with the storylines anymore. The NFL, on the other hand, oh boy. Way more. storyline here is the Dallas Cowboys fucking stink. They're supposed to be America's team, and they're terrible. And any day now, they're going to fire the coach. Jerry Jones with his stadium where the sun keeps beaming in and blinding the athletes. Like, this is real. This is not me making it up. This is the actual story. And like Jerry Jones in his stupid stadium, and the sun's like beaming in and blinding his own players. And Jerry Jones is too stubborn to close the curtains. Like, this is a real thing. This is the storyline. It's a great storyline. It's better than anything stupid wrestling has. Jerry Jones in his stupid stadium. It's funny. Like, but the football's just all kind of in between. It's it's watching tonight to see if the Cowboys lose again, to see all the Cowboys fans get all fucking ticked off. I almost want to smoke one. I only did one fucking run. What's it now? 14. What? It says 14-7 Houston, but they're kicking an extra point right now. What? Yeah, I'll be picking up Marvel vs. Capcom collection on Friday. I keep thinking, it's just playing that on stream might not be great. I just hope the capture card and everything. Like, I've played fighting games. I don't think the lag will be that bad for fighting games. I think the input should still be okay. I think I've streamed Sega Saturn fighting games. I don't think I had too hard of a time. I probably won't be streaming that much of it anyways, but yeah, and playing that game handheld, I do have a couple D-pad Joy-Cons that still work. So I keep forgetting, like, playing fighting games on the Switch isn't the best. Like, the Pro Controller D-pad isn't great. In handheld, you need a certain controller for that. But yeah, I have stuff to play it on. Oh well, it's still a good collection to have. Jerry Jones has pictures of Dallas cheerleaders in his album. Dude, I'm sure he's got naked photos of the actual Dallas Cowboys. Remember when, who was it, that comedian or who? I forget who it was. When he was like, he posted something on Instagram or TikTok or something, and he's sitting there filming himself, and he's like reacting, making facial reactions to Jerry Jones, like describe like the Dallas Cowboys, like the dongs on Dallas Cowboys player, like, oh yeah, so and so's got a really big dong, and oh yeah, so and so, yeah, he's got an okay sized dong. Or he's talking about the dogs of the Dallas Cowboys players and shit. He's like looking at the camera like, what the fuck? So who fucking knows? Oh, Jerry Jones is fucking weird. That's okay. Yeah, sports aren't for everybody. No. But for me, it's like all that's left. All that's left to watch. Movies, sitcoms, all that stuff. That's back when I was a kid. I watched less sports because there were movies, sitcoms, like all over the place to watch back then. But like CGI and everything, like it ruined everything. And yeah, everything sucks now. So all we have left is sports. So DJ, you're going to Royal Rumble. What you said with the ticket prices were, I don't know where you're sitting, but holy shit, those seem cheap compared to what you see in fucking Toronto. Like for that price, that couldn't even get you nosebleeds. That would get you one nosebleed seat. But like Toronto's super expensive, like. That's a rough one to sit through. I personally won't watch Royal Rumbles anymore. Ever since they added a women's Royal Rumble, like I'm done with it. The women's Royal Rumble, that's brutal. You have to sit through that first. Like talk about torture. It's hard enough watching a normal Royal Rumble. And the Royal Rumbles are so fucking cliche now. It's just, yay, one guy comes out, he does a bunch of moves, does his finisher. Oh, okay, now into the corner where you get, like, kicked a bunch. Bring in the next guy, he comes in, does a couple moves, does his finisher. Alright, now you get kicked in the corner now. Next guy comes in, and then... Alright, everybody out of the pool! And then pretty much everyone gets eliminated all at the same time until there's, like, 4 or 5 or 6 guys left, and then it's the same fucking format every fucking time. It's so stupid. They'll bring out a gimmick wrestler every now and then. But they might make the Royal Rumble. Well, they usually do make the winner a big deal. That's usually who goes on to win WrestleMania, so... This company is so fucked up and demented that I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to make Cody Rhodes hang on to the title for another year. It wouldn't surprise me. But it don't matter. Like wrestling, like WWF, WWE will never be good again. These TKO fucks are just gonna make it worse. They are making it worse. Like they're trying to make another John Cena, but Cody Rhodes is super lame. People are already sick of him. We tried to warn people. We tried to warn people about Cody Rhodes. And right now, there's stupid bloodline faction that won't fucking go away. These stupid wannabe black guys. I can't stand these Samoans. I hate them. Like they make J-Rock look like Steve Urkel. They make J-Rock from the Trailer Park Boys look like Steve Urkel and compared to them. Because they're the biggest, like, wannabe black guys. It's so fucking annoying. I hate them. I hate the fucking Usos. I'm tired. I don't give a fuck about Roman Reigns anymore. I hate these Samoan jobbers. I hate them all. Which one did I just do? I just did the B, didn't I? Whoops. Not done yet. Oh, I finished the story. Please don't remind me. Tell me about the story, George. Come on. Tell me about the rabbits. I want to finish the story. Come on, George. Tell me about the rabbits. Tell me about the Cody Rhodes finishing his story. Come on, George. Well, Lenny, once upon a time, there was this big-nosed mark named Triple H who turned his back on his fucking... the wealth of the man that got him to where he is. Anyways, I'm not getting into that. Fuck you, Triple H. Weaseled your way with marrying Vince's daughter, and you stole the company from underneath him. You don't even want to acknowledge him anymore. Fuck you. Piece of shit, Triple H. Fuck you. Fuck you, Stephanie, you demonic hoe. She, like Stephanie McMahon, who can't even smile without making this evil-looking grimace on her face. She can't even smile without looking evil. Wrestling's been taken over by the evil big nose fucking piece of shit. Yeah, like Triple H is no longer, to me, solidified as one of the greatest. Like, fuck him. Since Triple H has went from like top 10 greatest to top 10 worst. Because I put him in the category of people who killed wrestling. Like John Cena, Daniel Bryan. Triple H is definitely in there. He's to blame. Yep. Linda McMahon's is back in Trump's cabinet. Oh yeah, and if they try to put Vince in prison, no, fuck you. Trump's gonna save Vince. You ain't gonna do shit to Vince. Trump's got your back, Vince. And Trump, don't show up at WWE. I'm glad Trump never showed up in WWE. Because, yeah, they don't fucking respect him. They don't talk about Trump or glorify him. They're too afraid. UFC's not afraid to embrace Trump, so good for them. But, yeah, they've never embraced fucking Trump ever. Triple H is such a coward. Oh, but he'll go there and... Yeah, he might be a Trump supporter, Triple H, but he's too afraid to make it public. He's like a closet coward Trump supporter. Fuck him. He should have been there at the fucking RNC, but he wasn't. Yeah, Triple H is such a fucking coward. He's gutless. Piece of fucking garbage. Acted all butthurt because he couldn't get Will Ospreay. Why would you want that jobber anyways? Talks like he's got marbles in his fucking mouth, and he sucks. He looks like a gay stripper. Fuck him. He looks like a male stripper. Get him out of here. Like, he sucks. His wrestling attire is a joke, and he's not even a wrestler. He's not a wrestler. He's a stunt guy. He's like a Power Ranger actor. He's not a wrestler. Irate Gamer is supporting 8-Bit Eric in some scandal with Kotaku or something. Yeah, a lot of people are going after Stu Kotaku. Because they know that's where the grift is. And guess what, Irate Gamer? Or guess what, Legend of Zelda? Irate Gamer is a goddamn grifter. He pretends he talks to ghosts. Like, that's ridiculous. He thinks he pretends to be a ghost chaser, and he's a con artist. He's a con man. He steals from AVGN. He's always ripped people off. He's a piece of garbage. Irate Gamer. Like, people just watch him to laugh at him. Because he's trying to do the ghost hunting grift. It's fake. There's no... I hate to tell you this, but there's no such thing as ghosts. I know when we were a kid, it was fun to believe in ghosts, but, like, there's no ghosts. I hate to break it to you. Anyone that tells you that, it's a grift. It's a scam. And Irate Gamer's just like a piece of shit who would do something like that. He just got bored of doing his NES reviews. Instead of hiring a bunch of fat slobs to do it, because he can't afford to pay them, he had to come up with his own idea because he has to do everything himself. He can't hire fat slobs. Doesn't get enough views to hire fat slobs to write all his scripts and everything and do all the game footage. He's got to do it all himself, and he's sick of it. A demon attacked him at Retropalooza, of course. Dude, when George Floyd died, he said he was haunted, and he was told, and people, and a ghost was telling him, what was it? What was the slogan that was for "Don't choke me" or "Don't"? I can't breathe. That's it. Yeah, a ghost. Yeah, he said he got fucking haunted by George Floyd, and he was getting the I can't breathe. Yeah, that's what he was hearing. Fuck off. He's too much. I think Alex Jones should be press secretary. Well, there you go. 8-Bit Eric probably met up with him at the convention. Like, hey, you want to do the right-wing grift with me? You get so many views talking about the woke. Meanwhile, I'm in my parents' basement, and I would be beneficial if I lived off the Democrats. But anyway. Fucking retard. Eric, if you weren't living off your fucking parents, you'd be voting for Kamala. So what else is going on? I think I've covered everything tonight. I'm at like a roadblock. I've hit writer's block. I think I've ranted about everything. That was funny seeing fucking stupid Pat's co-host finally showed his face and people were very disappointed. They were like, oh, we were not picturing him look like that. Like, yep. He looks like some neckbeard AEW fan. He looks like some... Yeah, he definitely looks like a communist supporter. And him going on about Americans voted against their own interests. We don't care about abortion rights. We don't care. If anything, we'd make it worse for you and have them outright banned, but we don't care. We want the illegals out. And like even Donald Trump knew himself that that would be his main focus and talking point. And it worked. You keep saying abortion right this, abortion right this. Where? Hello, we have like millions of people we need to deport. That's... This country's in distress right now. We need to get rid of all these people you just allowed to flood into this country. Let's stop everything right now and fix this problem first. First, let's get these motherfuckers out of here that you flooded here so that you can steal elections going forward. So we need to fix that corruption. Because thank God if the Democrats win, they would have made all these people eligible to vote, and that would have been crippling to the Republicans. It's like, no, this is the number one concern right now. We have people we need to deport right now. Forget everything else right now. Forget about your silly trans rights and your silly nonsense. We have a country we need to get back. What are you guys saying? Even, yeah, what's Trudeau saying about wants to curtail immigration? I know, what's Trudeau doing? Right now, he's like, after letting all these people in, now he's backtracking. Canadian politics is so fucking convoluted and retarded, it doesn't even make sense. Fuck off, Trudeau. You... Maybe they're satisfied with the amount of Indians they brought in. It's like, well, nobody's having kids, so we got to bring these people in now. Otherwise, we need to... They can at least help our economy a bit. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking, but... Yeah, it's time to cut back now. We got enough. Okay, thanks, India. We have enough. It's like, okay, India, that's enough. We're good. Apparently, they're saying Trudeau was at some Diddy parties. He was probably at some Bohemian Grove parties. He's probably even more higher up than that. He's probably partying down in Bohemian Grove, dressing up like a nanny and taking it up the ass from Tony Blair. Diddy party. Trudeau's like, Diddy party? You kidding me? I'm down at Epstein. I can go to Epstein at any fucking time. Diddy party. I can go down to a fucking island. Go down to Bohemian Grove. That's where the real party is. Diddy party. It's like I go to the real parties. Uh, what were you saying about Aaliyah Boston? What? Oh, did they announce the final Unrivaled spot? They added two more players in the other day. Two people I've never heard of. Unrivaled also got State Farm as a sponsor. Now people are pointing their fingers towards, oh, that's Caitlin Clark's. That's one of Caitlin Clark's sponsors, and could this be more indication? No, because State Farm loves getting involved in sports. When you see like State Farm commercials during NFL, it's like always like NFL players. There's always like NFL players in them and stuff. Like State Farm does shit all across the board. Doesn't mean that Caitlin Clark is going to go because of State Farm. They just have their hands in everything. They're like one of the biggest, right? Along with another one. I can't remember the other American insurance company that's really big. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's on the tip of my tongue. You see a lot of commercials for them as well. All right, I can trade in my equipment now. Sorry, I'm just nothing really exciting to watch here. I'm just grinding this out because this month you get double the currency. Trudeau being a frequent watcher of drag shows. Oh yeah, probably. They must they must all be deported and curry must be illegal. Indian food sucks. Do you ever have like no, like I'm not even gonna go there. But yeah, Indian food sucks. Like I could eat some curry, like it's okay. Like you make it good, it's all right. But I couldn't eat it as often as they do, and like yeah, their food's it's just bland shit, just filled with all this spice. Like they go crazy with the spice, and oh, here's some lamb brains. Oh, we love it. We just fill it with a bunch of spice. Like, well, you just eat normal stuff. No, but they have their chicken, they have their rice, they have like people food, but they like just smother it in just disgusting spice. Like, what are you doing? Why does your shit have to be so extreme? Okay, yes. Yeah, Princess Rescuer. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta go by. Pat's got a lot of knowledge at flea markets and stuff like that with gaming prices, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I like all types of foods all over the world, but I even eat sushi and all that stuff. I don't discriminate, but just the Indians, just I don't know. Their ways of they really need to tone it down because it seeps into their skin and it gets into their clothes, and it's just stop living your life this way. Calm down with the spice. If you eat like us, you won't smell like spice all the time. It won't be seeping into your skin and like eat like normal human beings, and you won't smell. You won't stink up your house. And that stuff's way too strong. Tone it down a bit. You cook with so much goddamn spice, it's seeped into your skin. What's wrong with you? Stop. Eat like normal people and you won't smell like extreme spice. Sometimes, like, there's just Indian people I can't go near because they just. All that fucking spice is just seeped into their skin. They just smell like a fucking spice rack. Just, like, tone it down. We're living in a society. Uh, but yeah, when it comes to collecting stuff, it's collecting retro games is just ridiculous now. There's not really any advice you can get from people. We all have phones now, and you can look up prices when you're out and about. No one just looks at video games. Oh, these useless things. Useless 20-year-old games nobody plays. Everyone's playing Minecraft and Fortnite. Nobody wants this shit. And then they sell it for $5. Like, no one's stupid like that anymore. Yeah, on top of that, sometimes they're not the most cleanliest people either, especially the males. So, oh, you're just a good chance you're walking into stench. Either from it's the food or the lack of bathing. Now, that's my only gripe with them. Other than that, they're good people. They can, for the most part, raise their kids pretty decently. They don't form gangs and they don't. The only thing is they get stirred up when the media fucking gets them into a stir. That's the one thing I'm worried about. You're going to flood all these people into the country. Then the media's going to pick on them. Stage events, blah, blah, blah. Get them into a tussle. Like what they're doing out in Brampton. Fucking protesting, whatever. Because, like, some church gets vandalized or something. The media will hype it up. Oh, anti-Muslim, anti... Oh, the world hates you now. Basically on the moves. Oh, looks like the white people in Brampton all hate you. Time for you guys to go out there and street LARP. Like, the media could easily get them into a frenzy. That's the part that worries me a bit. You see all that shit that happened out in England and... Yeah, small examples like out in Brampton, huge Indian population. Like, in a snap, the media can get them into a tear at any time. Because people are zombies. The media can do it with like any race. They can do it with the blacks. Make some phony baloney race baiting scandal and then get them into a frenzy. And the Cowboys just missed a 40-yard attempt field goal. Fuck. We got a doink. Doink right off the fucking left post. You live like near a bunch of Indians, you find them racist towards whites. Yeah, you'll find some like that, but I do find try not to look into it too deep. Like sometimes you can think that some are, but they're not. I find that they're okay, but they can be a little snooty at times. You know, whether you have to serve them at work or whatever, like a lot of times they feel entitled, like you're supposed to understand their accent and their weird spelling names and how to pronounce their names. And but I find for the most part they're not bad. They're friendly enough. I'd rather lived in a neighborhood full of Indians than a neighborhood full of you know what. Starts with an N. I'd almost rather live in an Indian neighborhood than like a white trash area where they're throwing coke parties all night. And you don't see Indians like shooting up coke, having coke parties. Sweet and tender hooligan. That guy's fucking obsessed with Pat. And yeah, the books of course pointless. You could just research any game on Wikipedia or not Wikipedia, but even just on YouTube and watch a video review of the game and blah blah blah. But basically just selling it off of like it's a physical thing to have, you know. People still like to cling on to physical things. People still like books. But yeah, me, I'm not like a book collector. I don't have really. ESPN just called the Jake Paul fight a fight for the ages. Shut up. It's just funny how the mainstream media just pushes nothing but bullshit narratives about everything. It's like a fight for the ages, really. The fight that everyone shitted on. And shitted on Netflix for, really. Like, literally the worst fight of all time. A fight for the ages. It's just how dense the media is. The mainstream media is so stupid. Has Jake Paul ever had a real boxing match? I think he did fight a legit boxer once and lost. I think that was his only loss. Again, that's how boring boxing is. They have to resort to publicity stunts in order to sell their sport because watching boxing is like watching paint dry. It's boring. You've seen one boxing match, you've basically seen them all. They just dance around the ring and hug each other a bunch. Like, whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-fucking shit. Yeah, no, people were asking, oh, is Canada getting flooded by people coming up here? Well, I don't know, but like the border's a bitch. It's not easy getting into Canada. Unless they're doing it on purpose. Oh, but you mean did people well yeah, there's the retard celebrities who threatened to move to Canada once Trump got elected. And we always laugh at these people. And they'd be like, as soon as you see the taxes, your ass will be gone. You'll be like, are you this much tax? It's like, I don't mind paying a little bit of tax, but this much tax. Like, that's pure robbery. Like, Canada's the most retarded country ever. Like, the tax is pure robbery. And you will leave immediately once you see. You will appreciate America when you see how much money that the Canadian government robs from their own people. Yeah, Tommy Fury beat Jake. And he's like ranked 38 in welterweight. Oh boy. Yeah, like Jake Paul can't fight like any real boxer. And not that we expect him to. I mean, you got to get into boxing when you're young. It's just like any other professional sport. You have to either be like gifted in size and weight, and or you got to be doing this from when you're like 4 years old. Argent, a YouTuber from Canada, says that Canada is not a serious adult country. Yeah, he's right. It isn't. It's not even a real country. We celebrate Queen Victoria Day, for fuck's sakes. Like, we're not a real country. The worst thing that ever happened to Canada was winning the War of 1812. Fuck you, Laura Secord. I hope you burn in hell. You little fucking rat. If that story is even true. Anyways. I guess we'll keep on going. It was so stupid. People know it's rigged. Mike Tyson looked amazing in his training videos and then just looked completely stale during the fight. Someone made a parody where Trump made Alberta the 51st state. They tore down the Laura Secord statue in Goderich because they said it's racist. My God. I didn't even hear about that. That's insane. We used to have commercials that used to glorify and do reenactment of Laura Secord. Remember those commercials before Canada got taken over by the Illuminati, like fully? Remember back when our nation was actually proud to be a nation? And we used to like do like part of our heritage commercials? Remember that? Remember we used to have like Yeah, the commercials were actually like titled like part of our heritage. They did like reenactments of Laura Secord, spying on the Americans and warning the Canadian soldiers. Like that's all been thrown out the window now because probably they don't want to offend the Muslims, right? But yeah, back when Canada was like actually trying to make an effort to be a real country, we used to like have like part of our heritage commercials and like celebrate our country for like the positives. You don't even see that. You don't see that anymore. Now Laura Secord's a racist because she probably was like, how was she even a racist? Like, there's no way. Was there slaves ever in Canada? Was there ever a slave trade in Canada? Did they ever go up that high? Maybe, maybe not. I don't even know. I don't think we were ever taught that in history. Whether slavery even existed in Canada. I imagine it did to some degree. So what, did like Laura Secord's family have slaves? Is that why she's racist? It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, you remember the part of our heritage? They're not like commercials, but you know what I mean? Like, it'd come on during commercial breaks. I think we had like Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone. They'd like reenact Alexander Graham Bell testing out the phone. I've actually been to the Alexander Graham Bell Museum. It's not far from here. It's actually really cool. Yeah, Laura Secord, some other shit, like whatever Canadian crap they could scrape together. But yeah, credit to the Paul brothers. They're good at playing the villain. But yes, the Conservatives will, in fact, win huge next year. Pierre Poilievre is very similar to Trump, but lamer. Maybe I'll vote for the first time in my life next year. Maybe they'll actually talk about stuff that I care about, policies that I'm hoping that will come true. Because with me, it really doesn't matter who I vote for. Because since I'm technically low income, the liberals do help me out with some things. And the liberals want to build up our transit system, which is terrible. And the conservatives always try and block that shit, which I'm against. So really, it's whatever. It doesn't really matter to me who's in power. There's pros and cons. But I might actually go vote conservative next year. Since I do regret not voting for Stephen Harper, back then. I do actually regret that because I had no idea that Justin Trudeau was going to fuck the country up this bad. Like, I didn't think it was going to be that fucking bad, but oh boy. Maybe if I was to go back in time, I would have done it. Again, not that my vote would have mattered, but still would have felt a little better about myself. But I wasn't a big Stephen Harper fan back then either. I thought he did a lot of shady stuff. And conservatives got a bad reputation here for laundering money. It's just, Canadian politics sucks. You're like, damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Yeah, I know the damage to Canada's already done. Yep. But yeah, I know what you mean by saying, "Oh, your vote doesn't matter" and blah blah blah. But if everybody had that same mind state, then it would be a disaster. Like everyone has to chip in one by one. You can't have that attitude. Oh, my vote means nothing. And blah, blah. Well, if everyone has that attitude, then you're really screwed. Imagine if just, I mean, look how much Trump won in Philadelphia, or sorry, in Pennsylvania and like Michigan. He barely won those states. If like, I don't know, what was it like? To say like 50 to 100,000 people all had the same attitude, then it could be a, then Trump would have lost those states. Like it got really close. It got really close, and like even like Virginia and all that, even states that Kamala barely won. Can you imagine if maybe just 100,000 more people got up and voted for Trump instead of saying, "Ah, we're screwed. We live in a blue state. No point voting." Well, look, Trump almost won that state. Same with Illinois. Like Trump got closer than ever with Illinois. If just more people have the attitude of believing that they could win, then maybe he could have won it. Oh yeah, the housing stuff's ruined. Yep. Who knows if that'll ever make a recovery? You know, Canada's so fucked. They just tore this country apart. Well, Trudeau, his father was the first ever Bilderberg member coming out of Canada, the first ever prime minister to attend Bilderberg. So we know what kind of family Trudeau's involved in. I work with somebody who believes in the whole Trudeau's related to Fidel Castro. Oh yeah, that's out there. Trudeau's father is Fidel Castro. I haven't looked into that myself, but that just sounds ridiculous. It's like, well, he's a communist either way, so it doesn't really matter to me whether he's the. What was that I just fought? Am I going back to town already? Or what did I do? The bee, or did I do the? I wasn't even paying attention. Let's see. This is all automatic to me now. That was just the bee that I did, right? Yeah, I was fighting the stupid Honey Nut Cheerios bee. Okay. I'm not even paying attention. I'd probably kill these enemies a lot quicker. Because this game likes to refresh your abilities while you're fighting these monsters, as well as your 2 hour gets refreshed as well. I haven't been paying attention. Good to see America has some level of normalcy in many towns. Oh yeah. Canada, like I said, like Alberta is the only is the only one left. Alberta was the first to lift the COVID lockdowns and everything. Like it was, they were the first to call BS on Cooties 19, and yeah, Alberta's the most conservative one. They never had any mandatory vaccines in Alberta, as far as I know. Or they lifted that really quick. They got rid of the... I want to say that they never did vaccine restrictions at all in Alberta. But yeah, Canada's very cucked. Like, we're brainwashed to, like, hate the Americans. Because you guys actually have a constitution. We don't. Our Bill of Rights is like a paragraph long. Like, we don't have shit. So we're brainwashed to, like, hate the Americans. You see, like, commercials of, like, Americans making fun of hockey and, like, the Canadian guy, like, grabbing the American and, like, jerseying him. It's so stupid. Oh, we have the better beer and... like, it's... Especially back in the day, it was, like, shoved into our heads to, like, hate the Americans. And I used to, like, as a kid, ask questions, like, why are we, like, taught to hate the Americans so much? Like, they're clearly a better country. Look how better off they are. Like, like, yeah, my boomer parents would be like, no, we're the better country. We're the... Are you sure? America seems like such a better place. Oh no, you're much safer here in Canada. We don't have guns or... Then when I got older, I was learning about the taxes and everything. I'm like, I've been lied to all my life. Canada fucking blows. Trust me, the health care shtick might seem good as a greedy perspective. It is nice knowing that I don't have to worry about it, but I also still live the life of, I better not fuck myself up. I better not get hurt. I better not break my arm. I better not do any of that because I don't want to go through that fucking hospital. It's like a prison. They're terrible there. They don't... Well, the doctors like don't even know what they're doing and they don't know what they're talking about. And the mortality rate's really high. I think my sister had one of her babies in like a lawn chair. Like, they didn't have a bed. It's a joke. It's not what it's cracked up to be. You still don't want to go. And you don't have an option for like good healthcare. It's either shit Canadian healthcare and that's your only option. Where in America, you've got options. You can get good healthcare if you have the money for it. You can get a good doctor if you have the money for it. So healthcare has just always been a... It's never been a solution. So yeah, it's good and bad. But, you know, still... That's all we get. Like dental we have to pay for. We have to go through benefits and stuff like that through work. And hopefully that work will cover for our physiotherapy. Physiotherapy isn't covered through government. Oh yeah, where are we going now? For it. Oh yes, I've heard the things of Robert F. Kennedy. Robert F. Kennedy wants to put the sugar cane back in the Coca-Cola. Like in Mexico. They still got the sugar cane in that. Tastes way better than that high fructose corn syrup RFK Jr. is going to make America tasty again. He's going to help the fast food a bit too. You were born in 93, so bringing back beef tallow in fast food. So he wants to clean up the fast food shit. Yeah, man, the liberals are so triggered by RFK Jr. being in there because he was the one that destroyed Dr. Fauci and the whole vaccine narrative and calling out all the hypocrisies and everything. So, of course, people label him as an anti-vaxxer, and I think even in my video I labeled him as one, but it's not like he's an anti-vaxxer. I'm sure he supports vaccines that actually do good if the research is there. But, yeah, this is great. And it's funny, the libtards who label him as an anti-vaxxer are all triggered. Oh, great, the Jimmy Kimmel or whoever was like freaking out. It's like, oh, great, the guy who's head of the health, whatever, is an anti-vaxxer. Like, ah! That's hilarious. You fucking libtards and how you worship the vaccine so much. Even though it's been proven that they don't do shit. And the COVID vaccine was a proven hoax. They love their vaccines so much. Like, oh, daddy government, please inject me. We trust you. Even though you gave black people syphilis and you gave, like, even though you have scandals up the ass, they of course don't acknowledge these scandals and throughout history with vaccines, but they're all triggered. That's funny. And now RFK is going to make America great again. We're going to put the sugar cane back in the Coca-Cola. You had 2 vaccines back in 2021 and still got COVID this year. I've never been vaxxed, and I've got COVID once, and that was the that crazy Omicron strain. Remember that? That was it. And it wasn't bad either. Uh-oh. Okay, good. My chat briefly disconnected. Like, oh no, did YouTube not like my vaccine talk? Okay. Was it called? Yeah, Omicron. Remember? Was that what it was? Was it? I remember it was like. I remember it like sounded like a transformer. Was it? Yeah, it was like something Tron or Kron or. I remember like making fun of it. It's like, oh, it's the Transformer strain. Ridiculous COVID narrative. Yeah, I was never vaxxed. I only got it once. It wasn't bad. I was only like violently ill for one day. The day that I got it. I basically like then had like a nap and then I was just fatigued with a high fever for like 2 weeks. All I did was just sleep. And I'm middle-aged. And I'm middle-aged. And everyone who got vaccinated just ended up getting it worse, getting it more. It did absolutely nothing. If not, it probably gave people COVID. Just like what most vaccines do. If you take the shingles vaccine, it's going to give you shingles. You take the flu vaccine, dude, the most sickest people I know are people that get flu shots. It just destroys their immune system. It makes them get the flu 10 times worse. The flu shot's such a fucking joke. I never get the flu shot, and I never get the flu. I haven't had the flu in like 2 decades, in like 20 years. Yeah, it's been that long. Sometimes you can't confuse that with food poisoning. Sometimes you're not sure. I can usually get over a stomach virus in like a day, so you never know if it's food poisoning. I can't even remember the last time I got the flu. Never been vaccinated. Yeah, you see that too, Newman? The most sickest people I know are people that get flu shots. They're constantly sick. Because all those vaccines that they keep drilling into their body has destroyed their immune system. Am I an anti-vaxxer? You're damn right I'm an anti-vaxxer. Do not get them at any cost. Do not vaccine your kids. Do not do any of that. You're going to vaccine your kids, and then the next day your kids are going to be lining up their toys in a straight line and like doing all these weird things. I've seen it happen. I had a friend of mine. I've seen it happen. Got his kids vaxxed. His kid's just like retarded now, like well, autistic. Then his behavior changed real quick. My nephew has like a problem reading paragraphs. I think he got vaccinated. He has this weird thing where he has to like he's got to go to like these special reading classes because like he can't like read paragraphs properly. Could read the words fine, but stringing sentences together, he has like a hard time doing. I'm not saying that's caused by vaccines. Just saying, like, kids are getting diagnosed with weird things that never existed. Yeah, Delta strain. Yeah, Omicron. I think Omicron. Remember the Omicron hype was going on when I got my COVID thing. And that was like a few years deep into COVID, I think, too. When did I get it? In 2022? I remember it was the Christmas of not last year, but the year before. So 2022 is when I got it. When did it come around? 2020? Yeah, that year of 2020, that like spring or something. So yeah, no vaccine. I didn't get it till 2022, and it like wasn't that bad. It was just annoying how long it lingered. That's the only thing that sucked about having that COVID. It didn't seem like a natural sickness. It seemed like my body was trying to recover from radiation poisoning. That's what it like reminded me of. Whoops, I didn't cast all my trusts. Yeah, there's a lot of different things vaccines can do to cause problems. It's not necessary. And people give lies throughout history. Oh, the polio vax. Polio would still be here if it wasn't for the vaccine. Not true. I've studied this myself. Polio was already on its way out before the vaccine existed. And if you look at the graphs, polio actually made a resurgence once the vaccine came into play. The polio vaccine was actually giving people polio. Again, another example. The vaccine, for whatever you're taking, always gives it to you. It's always the opposite. It's like a cruel trick from Satan. No, when the polio vaccine was introduced, polio made a resurgence. It was on its way out until the fucking vaccine brought it back again. It was on its way to extinction. Then remember, how long ago was that when they gave all those people in India polio vaccines and paralyzed thousands and thousands of people? That was Bill Gates with his stupid polio vax. They just crippled a bunch of kids. Basically gave them polio. Criminals, disgusting. Fucking Bill Gates fucking experimenting on fucking Indian people. They're evil. Yeah, most people get vaccine-induced polio than regular polio, yeah. It's the same with, like, shingles. They keep telling you this, the shingles is inside of you. It's living inside of you at all times. Get the vaccine to protect yourself from the polio. Yeah, then you get the vaccine, then 3 years later, the vaccine, then the stupid fucking polio shows up. What the hell? Yeah, it was the vaccine that actually woke up the fucking polio. Because, yeah, they say, oh, the chicken pox, you know, if you got the chicken pox, then you got some sort of polio within you. Yeah, then the vaccine basically injects it with steroids, and then you'll get the fucking shingles. Sorry if I keep saying polio instead of shingles. No, vaccines are always bad. I can never find, like, a proper good example of why you should take them in any... The flu shot is what finished off my grandfather a while back. Now, he was on his way out. But the flu shot did him in. Completely did him in. Oh, we don't want to keep this guy here for another couple more months. No, that's not what they were. They didn't purposely try and kill him, but they thought it was beneficial to give him a flu shot. Well, that just... He was done shortly after that. So I could never find a good example when it's always a good time to take one. What's up, Prince of Fallen? So you re-uploaded the a whole video on that puzzle that we were trying to figure out in Skyrim. That's so funny. As soon as I saw that room that you're in, I'm like, oh shit! I remember fucking around with this thing. It's just, it's been years. It was years, so I couldn't remember. I'm like, I know you gotta line up the sunbeams with the thing, but like, I didn't know how to control the puzzle. I couldn't remember that. Like, so. That was... I remember seeing that thing. Oh, I remember this fucking thing. That was a big dungeon that you're in, too. In order to backtrack, you had to, like... run quite a bit. That was a huge dungeon. Yeah, the other night on Prince of Fallen's channel, we were trying to figure out a Skyrim puzzle. I thought the one thing I found annoying about that puzzle was trying to like reset everything. Like, how do you put the puzzle back to normal? Because I can tell you the step-by-step directions on how to do it, but... And then somehow it just worked at the end. Yeah, like... I think all I did was I just fiddled around with it a bunch until it eventually it lined up, and then dude's like, okay, you're good. I can't remember how I did it. Whether I looked up a video or I remember playing around with it quite a bit. I think I just sort of figured it out or just tried different things and like All right, if I move this here and then I don't remember how I did it. Oh yeah, big pharma. When it comes to big pharma, it's all about money. Yep. Yep, and they fund our politicians, and big pharma is a huge problem. They want you sick so they can have their money. That's why they try and sell you the flu shot. They want you to just to destroy your immune system so that you'll be in there buying their products. They want a sick society. Also helps big government too. A sick society is an easily controllable one as well. But yeah, just yeah, big pharma is pretty disgraceful. I don't trust them at all. They gouge you on prices. Of course, they just openly gouge you in prices, and over-the-counter stuff's cheap, but over-the-counter stuff is dirt cheap, but prescription stuff, like, come on. They know that you're desperate, so they take advantage of you. Sorry, you guys were talking about Caitlin Clark. I did see Caitlin Clark's golf highlights, and yeah, she almost hit somebody. That was funny. Yeah, a lot of people there watching her play golf. And wow, what a great sport. Like, I'm not a big golf fan, but they really did embrace her, and they treated her with respect, and it's like, man. At least this sport knows what's up. Like, no one there was jealous of her or anything like that. It was all the other golfers were excited for her to be there. Like, wow, an actual like mature league that isn't petty and psycho. It's like, fuck, quit playing basketball if you can, Caitlin. Get good at golf and go do that. I don't care if it's not as entertaining. Just do what's best for you. Get out of that dump. Yeah, that WNBA's in another fucking scandal with the Seattle Storm. But I got my own opinions on that. I don't know if you guys heard that story for the two of you that care. Well, maybe Classic Gamer Michael likes sports. Maybe he follows it, but yeah, it would be nice if the Trump administration could clean up the food a little bit. It'll be hard to do, considering how expensive food is now. I know nobody really talks about GMOs as much anymore. Now people are like, we don't care if it's GMO. Please make it affordable. People don't even consider buying organic anymore. Do they as much? Oh, man. I know, the whole thing's a mess. It's like there's nothing really the government can do about food prices. The government's not the one that screwed us there. It's the food companies that screwed us there. So what can the government do to step in and help things? I don't know. I'm not an expert when it comes to that. I have no idea what they're going to do about that. I think we're screwed. So the Cowboys finally got their field goal, 20-13. The Houston Texans have not looked good the past 4 games. But yeah, Caitlin Clark was playing golf. And, God, I'm just crossing my fingers she doesn't join that Unrivaled. Please don't. Please don't. The WNBA is too big of a headache to deal with as it is with all those psychopaths. Plus, plus that's a whole another league that hates her. Like they don't deserve him. With the treatment that she gets, fuck that league. And it's going to be some reality show circus, anyways. And it'll be dead on arrival. Oh yeah, the Dallas Wings won the lottery. I hope that now doesn't convince Sabalu to stay. They still need a coach, don't they? But they got the #1 pick. Apparently that Paige Buckers might end up playing another year in college. She's supposed to be the popular player coming out of there or something. Could be a shitty year in the draft. But yeah, the Seattle Storm is... I don't know. I haven't paid attention to it too much. I think the coach is being investigated for bullying the players. But like, we know how this league is. Sure, I'm sure the coach was mean to the players, but I'm sure the players are also crybabies as well. We've seen how the players are. They cry bully and they call everyone a bully and a racist, so that doesn't surprise me at all. So I don't think it's just the coach. Although that was the same coach that got in Christy Side's face for not putting the bench on the final minute once the game was out of reach. Remember? That was the same coach that got all petty and acted like a sore loser. The whole league's filled with psychos. The players, the coaches, the owner's an incompetent dumb bitch. Funded by Adam Silver, who can't even run his own league. Who looks like Nosferatu if he was possessed by Satan. The NBA sucks. They can't even get numbers even close to what Caitlin Clark can draw. And they're running their silly little basketball tournaments. And they still can't even get numbers even close to what Caitlin Clark draws. That'll change once the playoffs and stuff hit when it gets later in the season. But yeah, like right now they can't even draw Caitlin Clark numbers. Oh, that WNBA is a joke. It's like every team has a scandal. Remember, like the Las Vegas Aces got in shit for cutting a player who was pregnant, violating fucking workforce laws. They traded her because she was pregnant. Such a joke of a fucking league. The WNBA makes the NBA look tame. Holy shit. A single organic apple would be $7. Yeah, I buy my fucking apples from the shitty grocery store. It's kind of a weird way to call it. Isn't all apples organic? I hope they're not building apples in a lab. I hope my apples are real. I guess I know what you mean. Like, properly grown apples. Oops, I already got Sylvie out. Fuck it, I don't need it. Oh, but the NFL is about to piss off a lot of people. They might end up banning the Trump dance. And if they ban the Trump dance, I don't know, that's going to piss off a lot of people. But right now they're just like censoring it, I guess. Trying not to show it on television. Because they're Marxists. I wish I could like UFC. Like I wish UFC was entertaining to watch. I would fully support the UFC if Dana White just didn't make it shit. Like UFC used to be so awesome. But I respect the hell out of the athletes. I respect the hell out of the fans. Respect the hell out of Dana White. It's just the sport itself is so boring to watch, and it's kind of gay at times as well. Oh, Joe Rogan as a commentator has really always been bad. I never liked Joe Rogan as a commentator. Just thank God they don't have Mike Goldberg anymore calling UFC. That was in the heyday of UFC, but I hated the commentator on UFC. Coming up next. That drove me nuts. Oh, but UFC is so boring to watch. The weight classes are all over the place. Can't keep track of who's in what weight class. They have like 10 different weight classes. Like, come on. Like, 4 is enough. You don't need bantamweight, fucking flyweight, featherweight. Like, what's next? Bacteria weight. Too many damn weight classes. And once you go below 170, it's like, all right, that's enough. We don't need these skinny midgets fighting. Oh, it's our 70-pound weight division. Like, what? Just, like, enough. Not everyone gets to play. It's like wrestling. It's like, not everyone gets to play. Anyway, what else is going on? The chat got silent. Much is left of this game. It's almost the fourth quarter. Somehow Dallas didn't end up getting that field goal. They're still at 10 points. What the hell happened? Oh well, I'll see the highlights on this game later. think Dallas is just embarrassing themselves, aren't they? I'm curious now. What happened? I thought they successfully kicked the field goal. What did they do to fuck it up now? Oh no, this is with Houston with the ball. Okay, so how did Dallas fuck the ball here? Oh, did he go for? Oh, 4th and 2. Oh, he's going for it. Okay, and incomplete. All right, that's all they did was just. Oh, then there's a flag on the play. 4th and 2. Was it on Dallas? Oh no, he's declining it. Yeah, yeah. Dallas just not only did they get a penalty, but they also just couldn't convert the first down. Why did they go for it? They were only down by 2. They're down by 2 scores regardless. Oh, now they're showing the highlights. Here, I'll just put it back to the live game here. All right. I know it sucks that they keep putting the Cowboys on prime time. No one wants to watch this shitty team anymore. But Dallas was supposed to be, good again this season. Even though they didn't make any improvements to their team, they still had a good regular season record last year. But holy fuck, do they suck. Oops. Gonna trade all my useless equipment drops for other currency. This is the Battle of Texas. Houston Texans versus Dallas Cowboys. They're not a true rivalry because they play in different conferences. It'd be nice if they were in the same division. I don't know why they don't do that. Why don't they just mix up the divisions? Let's completely mix things up. Let's put different teams in different divisions. Mix up the East with the East and the North with the North, South with the South. I like to see Green Bay or Chicago in my division, or that'd be cool getting to play Detroit twice a year or something. Instead of playing Cleveland and Cincinnati twice every goddamn year. Let's mix it up. Mix up the North Division. Put the Eagles and the Steelers. How are the Eagles and the Steelers in 2 different conferences? The Eagles are in the East, and the Steelers are in the North. They're in the same goddamn state. And Pittsburgh's considered North, and Philadelphia is considered East. So you could stick Pittsburgh anywhere. And how is Baltimore North? Isn't Maryland more east than it would be north on the map? I know you can't fit all the teams in the I know you got to split the divisions evenly, but like, there's just nowhere to stick Baltimore, I guess. Yeah, Baltimore plays in the Eastern Division in baseball, but then again, there is no North Division in baseball. There's no North or South. Oh wait, there's the Central. I guess you could. There's the Central Division, but it's not called North Division. They just have East, West, Central. I don't see Baltimore being thrown in a Central Division. They're in the East. And yeah, Maryland isn't Central Time Zone. Oops, not that. Well, the Patriots would be in the Eastern, so you could put both New York teams in one division. And yeah, you could put like the Patriots in the same division as the Cowboys. You could put the Bills in the same division as the Cowboys and make that a rivalry again. You could do so many interesting things by just exchanging the East teams, exchanging the West teams. You could have the 49ers and the Chiefs be division rivals by having two West teams collide. Like just mix up the divisions. It'd be so much more interesting than seeing the same thing. Oh, the Chargers and the Raiders again, and the Chiefs and the Raiders again. Why not Chiefs 49ers twice a year? That would be exciting. They could be like division rivals all of a sudden. I don't know. There's no harm mixing it up. I'm tired of seeing the Cleveland Browns twice a year. It's boring. We beat the shit out of them every year. And there's a touchdown for Houston. Another embarrassing touchdown, too. It was like. Was it an interception? Was it like a pick six? I think it was. I see Cooper Rush jogging off the field. Yeah, it looks like he threw a pick six. Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys backup quarterback fucking sucks. Oh, it was a. Oh my god, the quarterback fumbled and the lineman picked it up. He tried to run with it, then he fumbled the ball, and then Houston picked it up and scored it for a touchdown. Good lord. Like knocked it out of his hand, bounced off the dude's back, picked up by one of the fat guys, then the fat guy drops the ball, and then Houston picks it up and runs it in for a touchdown. Fuck's sakes, Dallas. Ah, shit. Oh, the Cowboys are the Cowboys. Fucking D'Amico Ryans is going crazy on the sideline. Poor Big John McCarthy. Oops, not that one. This cape. Alright. Let's see how many coupons I've accumulated. What do I got? 7? 7. 7 coupons. Oh, wait. Back to it. I gotta smoke another. I gotta roll one up. Yeah, take a piss and roll a joint. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Smoke it on. Weird strain I never heard of. It's called Reserve 25 Plus. I don't know. It's a weird name. I don't know what it. Does it come from the reserves? I don't know. Reserve 25 Plus. It's an indica. Have I ever smoked salvia? Yeah, I've tried it. Was it just once? Yeah. Yeah, it was. I can't remember if I did it again, but I remember the one time I did it. I remember I was in the back of a car, and yeah, my buddy was like waiting to pick up. We were just meeting our dealer in the parking lot, and I remember taking a bong hit of salvia. Yeah, it made me like trip out for like 30 seconds or so, about a minute maybe of like uncontrollable laughter. And I remember my buzz hit right when my dealer showed up, and I was like all fucked up, like, "Hey man, what's going on?" And I was like laughing and like I was like tripping out off Sylvia at that moment. It was funny. That's weird stuff. But yeah, you don't like come down off it. You sort of just get like fucked up for a bit, for like a minute or two, and then you're good again. Then you're like, whoa, holy shit. It makes 2 minutes seem like an eternity. Yeah, that's stupid. That's definitely something that people would. I can't imagine anyone getting addicted to that stuff. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to try ayahuasca. I'd probably try that. I've never tried that before. I've never seen anyone that's had that. I don't know where the fuck you get that. That's what I don't know. It's what like rich people like to fucking trip up off of. What does that stand for? Ayahuasca. That's not how you spell it, but it's DMT free. What do you mean by that? What's that stand for? Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never seen anyone with it. I don't even know where it originates from. I never even heard of it until like 10 years ago is when I first heard about it. I've never done peyote before or any of that hardcore shit. I've only done like acid once. Um, it wasn't too strong. Like I didn't really hallucinate, but I got really fucking high and like was like uncontrollably laughing a lot when I was on acid. I took it for like I took it like 2 days in a row. I like binged on it a little bit. It's like taking a hit here and there. And just kind of just being easy with it, just controlling myself with it, but just keeping a buzz going. And yeah, I was on acid for like 48 hours straight. But again, I wasn't like tripping out or anything like that. I was just laughing a lot. Like laughing a shit ton. I just basically laughed my ass off for 2 days. Oh, shrooms? Yeah, shrooms I've gotten pretty high off of, but same thing. Not a lot of hallucinations really. Just really high and like laughing uncontrollably and stuff. But when I took shrooms, like each time I did it, I always wanted to just be stationary. Like a lot of people that do shrooms, they want to like go out into the woods or they want to like walk around and look at stuff and everything. Not me. Like I just want to sit there and just be really fucking high and like sociable and like maybe flick around the TV or something because the TV's kind of trippy too. Like you're looking at weird stuff. And I don't know. I watched an episode of South Park on shrooms. The the Moses episode. I once laughed my ass off watching South Park on shrooms. The episode with the Moses and the when they're at that camp counselor. Remember the camp counselor's trying to take care of the kids and the bear keeps eating the kids. That episode, just laughing at the bear and everything. Like, yeah, watching South Park on shrooms is funny. But a lot of people like to like walk around on shrooms and do crazy stuff, and not me. I always get this burning sensation in my legs. It's like I don't want to walk around anywhere. I just want to sit here and like trip out. I don't want to. I get like this burning sensation in my legs. Like I don't want to go anywhere. And I've had that happen like a few times. I don't understand why. But I didn't like not very often. Like I wouldn't. I've done shrooms like here and there. I've done it like a few times or whatever. No, the hard drug that I was into by far the most was ecstasy. I got pretty big into ecstasy like twice in my life. And the last time I did ecstasy, I had a nervous breakdown, and then that was it. That was the last time. Coming down off the stuff can really bum you out. Like it can, like ecstasy will pick you up, but then slam you down. You'll feel like you're on top of the world when you're on it, but then once you're coming down off it, it'll then put you into like a deep depression. So no, it's not good. Everything evens out. That's what pretty much got me to stop doing drugs. like chemical drugs is just coming down off them sucks. Coming down off of acid was a nightmare. Like food didn't taste good for like 3 days. Same with ecstasy, like you can't eat for days because food tastes way too intense. You can eat like bread and water. But like if you're on ecstasy and you try and eat something, you can't. The flavor is intensified like times 10. You have to eat something that's completely flavorless. And that could last for like a day or two. You can't eat anything, everything's too intense. Someone dared me to eat mustard on ecstasy. I fucking almost cried. Putting like mustard on my tongue, like high on ecstasy. Oh, it burned. Yeah, everything's intensified. You're like superhuman when you're on ecstasy. You have superhuman strength, superhuman taste, and I guess superhuman smell too. I don't know about smell, but you're like superhuman. You can like pick up furniture like no problem. You can pick up things you normally can't. Yeah, everything like tastes insanely. That's bad though. Like when the flavor's enhanced that much, it's too much. Even things that you like the flavor of, it's just like intensified like times 20 and you can't eat it. If you eat something sweet, it'll be way too sweet. Yeah, and probably some of the ecstasy I took did have heroin in it. I know I know like one or two hits of ecstasy I bought definitely had heroin in it because it had some brown in it. I'd buy some ecstasy that would be like multicolored, and if you saw brown in it, that usually means it's got heroin. I've bought some dirty E's in my time, but I've always been safe. Even though I trust the people I get it from, I'm still careful with it because they can be idiots. Who knows? Like you never know. I always would just take one hit, see how I feel. Like okay, I've got a nice e-buzz. Because you never know. You could be taking meth poppers. Like nowadays, you can't even touch this stuff anymore because of fentanyl. Like you can just die so easily. But back in the day, one time my buddy almost OD'd on ecstasy because he thought it was ecstasy, but really they were meth poppers. So that fucked him up. And like, yeah. Luckily during that ecstasy craze, none of my friends like died. I had someone on my street that was like younger than me, that was an acquaintance that went to the hospital. He got really sick, but he was okay, but I never had anyone that actually, like, no one died, luckily. I was always, safe. I once took, like, two at once. I once took two ecstasy hits at once. They were safe-looking E's. They were, like, just blue-colored and, like, nothing speckled or anything crazy. I took two at once. And I got pretty fucked up. It kicked in like 15 minutes. It got my friends worried because like I took two hits of E in like 10 minutes. I was like peaking. They're like, "Whoa, dude, you're fucked up already." I'm like running around the backyard. I'm like fucked up already. Like, dude, you popped that like 10 minutes ago. Usually E takes about a half hour. I guess I had an empty stomach. I don't know, or like. I guess I didn't have much food in my stomach, but I was fine. Like, I knew people back in the day. I knew this one girl that I used to buy yeast from. She got busted by the cops, and she had to eat like I don't know how many she had, like 10, 12 pills or something. I think she took them all. I'd be terrified to do that. Like, I'm like, oh my god, how are you still alive? It's like, oh, I'm good. I just went with it. Am I eating the tabs or snorting? Oh, of ecstasy? I didn't really snort it too much. No, I didn't snort the E's. I think I had one buddy that did. He'd usually spend his money on a lot of it, and I think he'd sometimes snort the E's, but I always popped them. Because you don't want the buzz just to last like 20 minutes. If you pop your E, your buzz is going to last like all night. If you snort it, you'll probably just get like a buzz that'd last as long as cocaine, I imagine, right? Maybe not, I don't know, but... Oh, but if you eat an E-tab with heroin, does that do anything? Oh yeah, it's not like injecting it, but it's still... Oh no, it's still... Nope, you can ingest it. You can ingest anything. Everything that goes through your digestive system is put into your bloodstream, right? So that's how you naturally take medicine, is ingesting it. So sure, you can eat heroin. But yeah, it's not going to have the same effect as in fucking putting it straight to your veins. But yeah, I've never taken meth. Thank God. I'm glad I never did meth. Yeah, and I've never done heroin. And I'm glad I just got off the chemicals and just learned my own lessons without killing myself, so I'm glad I survived all that. We just never got we just never got addicted. We never got to being junkies, and I never knew how people could be junkies because just coming off of it is just so terrible. You used to smoke PCP? Oh yeah, I tried ketamine, which is cat tranquilizer. I've only tried that once. Like I had a few bumps. I didn't get like super fucked up off it, but when you're saying troll, you smoked this weed strain in the early 2000s that only took one hit. I got so high I couldn't move. Like take one hit off like a bong, like one bong hit. Oh yeah, I can get high off one bong hit easily. I don't smoke like that though. I just smoke joints and take little tokes off it and be social. I'm not looking to hack my brains out and do all that. I don't like that. But yeah, it does get you stoned quicker, but I find that, oh, those kind of highs, sometimes I get like paranoid and I get too fucked up off that. I like to just smoke it sort of casually in joint form and not fuck my throat up or... Oh yeah, I can get stoned off one good bong hit easily. And some of the experts say you have to cough to get off, so if you do a nice bong hit and you're hacking and coughing away, yeah, you're going to be stoned. Assuming that the weed is, somewhat decent. All depends on the size of your bong hit, I think. If I give you one massive bong hit, you're going to be fucking wrecked. I'll be fucking wrecked. A nice fat bong hit off like a 3-footer. Oh jeez, you're going to be wrecked off one bong hit. Oh, remember when bath salts were everywhere? Yeah, I never got into that. PCP is angel dust. Yeah, I get those mixed up. Because what? There's cat tranquilizer, and then what's the next one up? It's like a horse tranquilizer. Is that it? I heard there was like difference. Like angel dust is actually elephant tranquilizer. Like no, there's no elephant tranquilizer. No, it's elephant tranquilizer. A human wouldn't be able to contain. I don't know. I'm no fucking expert with this. I get a little bit confused when it comes to angel dust, PCP. Some people call things differently. It confuses me. I'm sure you can do a quick Google search on that, but I don't know. I'm not an expert with the tranquilizer drugs. I know I've done ketamine. That's what fucking P Diddy. P Diddy was big into the fucking ketamine. What did he call the drug? It was like ketamine mixed with other shit, and he called it like the pink cocaine. I think what was. I think it was called pink cocaine. But I think they made it pink by actually putting like food coloring in it or something, just to identify it as ketamine, cocaine, and something else. But yeah, he was big into that. Yeah, pink cocaine, I think they call it. And yeah, ketamine and cocaine go hand in hand. I know that. If you take a bump off ketamine, you'd think it's coke. It's got the drip going and it tastes the same. Like a ketamine drip tastes just like a cocaine drip. Maybe there's a difference. Maybe some expert like, actually, the ketamine drip is a little bit harsher. I don't know. If I heard of Sweet Baby, it's some narrative development and continuation studio that. Oh yes, I've seen people grifting off the Sweet Baby Inc. videos. Yep. I don't know why so many people are interested in this crap. It doesn't affect me since I'm a Nintendo fanboy. Princess Rescuer, you changed your settings so that you changed your account to Europe so you can get more games in more languages. Why? Why would you give a shit? You can speak multiple languages. You don't do any drugs, but you find it interesting. Yeah. Well, now you know. Back when we were young, we were able to experiment with drugs. Nowadays, you can't, and you got to teach your kids you cannot experiment. Back when we were young, we were able to experiment. Nowadays, you cannot. One bad hit, anything with fucking fentanyl in it, and you could die. Now you can easily. Oh, that's just scary with the fentanyl now. Like you can just. You can't experiment with drugs anymore. Now it's just too dangerous. I'm no longer buying. I'm no longer buying weed from the black markets, and I'm staying away from all that now. Now I'm glad that the government controls a lot of the marijuana. At least they're not going to be selling us dirty marijuana and safe edibles and stuff like that. So good timing for the government to step in. Actually, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of glad the government has gotten in on this because I trust the government more than the black market. You can't sue the black market. So, since you can't sue the black market, I trust the government a lot more. And the government approves some pretty goddamn good weed for decent prices. Would I risk black market E or take a COVID shot? Jeez, I don't know. No, it all depend on who this person was. If it was just a complete stranger, nope, you couldn't get. Nope, I would not take an E. I would take a COVID shot. I would think I would have a better chance of surviving a COVID shot than some shady pill from a stranger. Nope, fentanyl's the deadly killer. No way in hell would I take it. It might not even be fentanyl. It could be something else. Like, yeah, meth popper. It could be that. It could be anything. Nope. Yep, not taking them anymore. Of course, I wouldn't even think to take chemicals nowadays. Alrighty, I think I'll do one more round of this. Some people have gone to bed. This crappy game is still going. A few minutes left. I was going to stop playing about midnight. The stream started a little bit late today. And yeah, I've been doing much interesting gaming lately. That's mostly why I haven't been streaming. I'll get into some other shit pretty soon. Play some N64, play some Revenge or something. And yes, my highly anticipated first look at Banjo-Tooie. What have I been playing off stream? Nothing. Like usually when I'm playing Switch or something, I'm turning on the live stream to do so. But on the weekends, just mostly playing this. Like throughout the week, all last week, I've been playing this. Doing other quests. I think on Saturday I was playing with DJ Rudden a bit. We were doing a quest that took us a few hours to do. But yeah, I haven't been playing much. Just grinding some more in this fucking game. But yeah, I'll be getting back into some other shit pretty soon. I'll get sick of this. I would like to play some more emulator because for me, streaming games runs better on the emulator than through a capture card. So I know I do wish I could play more PlayStation. It's just hard for me to get into those games. I'm not a big fan of that era. The games take too much patience to play. It's not just games back then took time and efforts and patience to play. You had to learn them. PlayStation 2, you like Ratchet and Clank or Jackson Daxter. Yeah, those games do look good. Since I'm a Nintendo fanboy, those are the types of games that would probably do good on Nintendo console. I'm just saying in terms of like, kid-friendly games. It's got a little bit of like gun violence and stuff like that, you could say, but it's not like super gory or realistic. Just another ass kicking. And the Cowboys have been so terrible at home as well. Just sucking in front of their own fans. Disgraceful. Saying that anime nerds don't like Nintendo because of how kid friendly. Yeah, because anime nerds like. Yeah, exact. Because anime nerds are obsessed with their weird perversion. It's funny because there is like weird perverted anime games on the Switch. So, oh, anime nerds like rape, and they're all about like pedophilia, rape, perversion. They're all about like 16-year-olds in mini skirts. Of course, I don't like the Switch. Yeah, because there's not enough perversion. Anime nerds are fucked up people. Look. The fact that they read that shit is just fucked. The Japanese have serious mental issues. And what? North America is now embracing it? Well, we like this too. Like, you like weird, like pedophilia and perversion stories. Okay, that's a thing now. I remember when the anime nerds started coming up. Like, what? Really? You like this stuff? Like, it's. First of all, the animation looks like ass. Everyone has like giant eyes and like. And it's Japan, okay? They're weird. Even their kiddie shows, children's, even children's anime has nudity in it. Like, there's something wrong with the Japanese people. We're not supposed to be like, we're not supposed to embrace it. We're supposed to say, "Boy, you Japanese, you're really weird with your porn." Oh, why did I go back and just to get one? No, Tommy Tallarico said Nintendo is filled with rape. But anime is. Anime is fucking disgusting. Dude, even the kid cartoons have nudity in it. I watched that Time Bokan series because I played the PlayStation games and loved the games on PlayStation. So I watched like a few episodes of the anime, and it's like completely directed towards kids. It's like a kiddie superhero show like Thundercats. It's got like nudity in it. It's got like perverted. The guys are constantly lusting over the girl, like the main character, and then sometimes like her clothes gets blown off, and like they're like staring at her tits. It's like, this is for kids. Even the children's stuff is weird. I'd hate to see what the adult stuff is. The Time Bokan PlayStation game. It's Japan only. Like the main character's the villain, and the superheroes are like kind of obnoxious and yeah, us Gen X people just for the most part we don't like the fucking anime. We don't. We were getting older then by the time stupid Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and all that shit was on there. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Japanese has the most ugliest animation. Like, how do you get away with putting this on television? It looks ugly. The animation looks like ass. Sailor Moon looks retarded. Dragon Ball, like these characters look retarded. We're used to good animation, like Thundercats. That's animation. What's this Japanese garbage? It looks like shit. We're used to seeing good-looking cartoons. Why do all the characters look like they're demented? Big mouths. Like stupid nonsense. Stuff's gay. Yep. And I've always hated Japanese animation since. It's ass. Yes, there's a Time Bokan series sequel called Yatterman. Yeah. Yep, that sounds familiar too. A lot of people refer to that. They talk about Time Bokan. I think people move to anime because Western media currently is in even much worse state. These aren't the same people. The same people that fucking read anime are the same people that are also consuming liberal libtard Hollywood garbage as well. I don't buy that. It's all shit. I look at it as it's all shit. It's why I watch sports. It's why I look at other stuff, because yeah, a lot of Western media is shit, but I'm sure as fuck not resorting to creepy Japanese shit as a way to solve that issue, not make matters worse. and consume even more fucked up shit. No, it's because yeah, Western culture isn't fucked up enough for these people. That's the way I look at it. You gotta go to the extreme. Oh, there's no pedophilia and rape in this Western stuff. Oh, Japan, though, they got balls. They got aliens raping chicks and oh, these 16-year-olds with these big tits and mini skirts. That's way up my alley. What is Japan's obsession with teenage girls with big tits and mini skirts? What? Well, I know the answer to that question, but more people need to ask themselves that. If Japan were to like redo their flag, or if they had the nation design their own flag, it would be a big-breasted 12-year-old. That's what the Japanese flag would be if they left it up to the people. Just a little girl with big breasts. Well, if China and Korea are embracing the weirdness, then I rate them pretty bad as well. The age of consent in Japan is 12. Of course, yeah, of course it is. It's not that low, is it? I thought it was like 14 or something, wasn't it? 6? Is it 12? Of course it's 12. They're probably giving 12-year-olds breast implants. So that's what I'm saying to all the people that rag on people with their opinions on age of consent. Like, you know how all the people are obsessed with Jared Genesis because he believes in a weird age of consent. It's like, well, look at countries in general. So you're saying all of Japan are pedophiles? They say dating a 12-year-old's fine, so I guess you hate all of Japan? Like, you have to respect other countries. If that's the way they want to do it, well, what are you going to do? Hate the entire country? Like, yes, I hate anime. Like, I don't hate Japan. I don't want to burn Japan to the ground because they like weird, creepy anime. I'm sure not everyone in Japan likes that, but you know, if you're going to go to extreme and obsess over somebody because of their opinions on age of consent, well, then I guess you're going to have to just hate a whole country then, and then just despise and obsess over Japan then, because they say 12 years old. I think Canada is still 16. Or maybe it's separated by the province. I don't give a fuck what Jared's stupid opinion is on that. Jared's fucking hilarious. Like, one of the funniest YouTube channels I've ever seen. That dude's fucking hilarious. I don't care. I'm gonna watch his videos. It's like, all right, well, I'm from Canada. Our age of consent is 16, so I guess you hate all. I guess you hate all Canadians then. We live in, I guess, a pedophile country, and what you're saying is so monst. What you're saying is like the worst thing in the world. Well, we can legally do that in our country. What you're saying is so terrible is actually legal. So it's a touchy subject. It's a weird thing to debate because you could show a lot of hypocrisy if you're. I just say don't date little kids at all. It's just my preference. And I think in my opinion, I think the United States has it down perfectly. I think 18's a good line to draw. I think and the rule is only in place just to keep like older people from being predators. And they're not going to throw a 21-year-old in prison for banging a 17-year-old. Like, the law is only in place just to create a boundary and a. All right, like 30, 40-year-olds can't take advantage of women under this age. And I think United States has the right law there. That's just my opinion. I don't give a fuck if you think otherwise. Go ahead. As long as you're not out hurting anyone. Some states want to push the age of consent to 21. Wow. Maybe. I mean, the nation's not getting any smarter, so. I think 18's a good age. Maybe it needs to be raised, but. I know, it's weird in Canada if the legal age is 16, but if you were ever to catch anyone dating a 16-year-old, like over the age of 24 or whatever, like, holy shit, like, you would be shunned. Like, you would be scum of the earth still, despite the laws here in Canada. If you're allowed to or not, it would just be like, dude, what the fuck? Some U.S. states is 16? I don't think so. Are you sure about that? I thought that was a federal law of 18 nationwide. Isn't that a federal? That's a federal law. It's 18 all across the board, right? I don't think you're right about that, but you could be. I'm pretty sure that's across the nation. Mexico's age of consent is fetus. Yeah. Yeah, so like I guess all the Jared Genesis haters I guess they hate all of Mexico. I guess they hate Mexico as a country. Bomb bomb Mexico, I guess, because age of consent is basically fetus. Like, so what do you say to these countries that say it's okay? Are they monsters as well? Like, where do you draw the line? Where do you? I don't understand. Like, you could just disagree with someone. It's as simple as that. You don't have to be a lunatic and pretend you have just all these great morals and think that you're just king shit. Like, it's stupid. It's a topic that is worth discussing. You can have your beliefs. I'm sure you have the right beliefs, but if someone thinks otherwise, whatever. Because other countries allow it. So it's not like you're worshiping Hitler. It's not like you're. It's a complicated topic, yeah. But I think in the United States, it's nationwide. 18. But states have their own laws. Well, that's what federal law means. It means it's across the nation. It's not up to the states. I don't think they have a 16. I would have known about it. I would have. I don't think so. You should look that up. No, it's not like the pot. Pot's not a federal thing. It's now up to the states, right? It's not a federal law. But age of consent, I'm 90% sure across the nation it's 18, no exception. I'm pretty damn sure about that. Oops, gotta trade in my shit. Did I only do one round? I think I did. Alright, maybe I got time to rush some more. One more round. I don't think you're right on that, Legend of Nelda. Yeah, I did watch your video on responding to Jared. Jared he did have a bad take overall. Like, you gotta understand with Jared, he just says crazy shit sometimes. I think he does it on purpose. I think you've even said this too, Prince of Fallen. I think that Jared Genesis is purposely trying to rile people up. You know how internet trolls are. They want to get people, like, they say stuff that they truly don't mean just to get a rise out of people. Because it's common sense to anyone that you have to protect kids from predators. Kids don't know any better. Kids can be curious, and you can take advantage of a kid's curiosity, and you can just do horrible things to them without them realizing anything's being done wrong. You have to protect kids from that. There's got to be laws in place to punish people that attempt to do that. So just be like, anyone's free to be in love with whoever, and that's silly. But yeah, it is a complicated topic because there are countries and that openly allow it, that people think that countries allow that things like in the United States you be put into prison for 20 years for. Meanwhile, countries nearby, literally right next to the United States, allows something that would get you in prison for years. 31 states have age of consent 16. What? 31 states? I'm looking that up afterwards. I don't believe that. And if that's true, then that's correct. Well, I can't defend Jared because he said 9 years old, for fuck's sake. Like, again, like... Yeah, perhaps some of the rural states could be 16, I guess. I really hope they're not some of, like, the major populated states to be 16. Some are 16 and 17, the rest are 18. Wow, so it is like marijuana laws, alright. I'll stand corrected. Like I said, I wasn't sure. I was pretty damn sure it was 18 across the board. It should be 18 across the board. What is wrong? As time goes, I hope it increases. It's just... And there is that theory, oh, girls mature faster than boys. You know, you always got that drilled into your head when you were young. Girls mature faster than boys. You know, some say, 16's a fine age. I don't know, dude. Not in my opinion. 16-year-olds are fucking dumb as fuck. They have no idea what's going on at that age. It's crazy to me. Is that from Wikipedia? Alright, well, that would be corrected if it was untrue. Yeah, we have in Canada, like, we have a lot less stuff that's separated by province. We're more of a communist country, so when laws are in place, it oftentimes is spread throughout the whole country rather than things being left up to the province. It seems like that's less of a case. I don't know. Seems like we have more of a dictatorship here in Canada. Where, yeah, some laws are being placed nationwide. Whoops, not warp ring. On to the next one. Alright, two more. Two more, I'm done for the night. Thousand-Year Gems, you barely played Brothership so far? What is with that game? It just seems to be boring people, and... God, I didn't even have to pick up the game to know that that game had no... Yeah, what is it with that game? It's just, people have just... People need something new, I guess. I don't know. I never found those games to be fun. Oh, use Luigi to do this. Okay, now on to the next part. Oh, gotta switch over to Mario. He needs to be able to do this, and then... Ugh, I don't know. Then you just get into some gimmicky turn-based battle thing. I thought they were boring. Interesting idea, but I just couldn't get into it. Still had like the timed battles like in Super Mario RPG and stuff, like, but just like, oh, all these games, these Paper Marios and these Mario Luigi games, they just make me want a new Super Mario RPG. Like, I felt that those games always just beat around the bush. Like, no, just cut this crap out and make a new Super Mario RPG already. Stop with the... But yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm picking that up next week. I got D-pad Joy-Cons I can play in handheld with, and then I'm hoping I could stream them. I don't think input lag is too big of a deal when it comes to the fighting games. I was able to play my Sega Saturn fighting games pretty good off capture cards, so yeah, they should be able to play okay. If not, it's just a good collection to have. I don't have Marvel Superheroes, and I don't own, and of course, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. That's a game I've been wanting for years. It's just that I own X-Men versus Street Fighter, so it's hard to bite that. It's hard to bite the bullet and buy an expensive game that's only a mild upgrade. Has like a slightly different cast of characters and a slightly and an extra end boss. That's all it has. It's hard to pay like $200 for a game that isn't much different. But now I finally get to own it. Then that's it. Then there's not really any more Switch games to buy for the rest of the year. January's Donkey Kong. I should be getting Sonic for Christmas. I requested it as a Christmas gift. Somebody asked me what I wanted for Christmas. At first I always say nothing, but then when they say, I gotta get you something. So then I said the new Sonic game. So I'll be getting the Sonic game for Christmas. I should be anyways. So I'll be getting that game. And Sonic Generations is supposed to be a really good game. I've never played it. And there's an extra Shadow quest. Yep, Santa Claus is going to bring me Sonic. It's going to be a classic Christmas. Sonic for Christmas. Yeah, the one that just came out, Sonic X Shadow Generations. Supposed to be the best 3D Sonic game ever made. A remake of that, but they added a new quest line playing as Shadow. It got good reviews, got like a 9 out of 10. And yeah, all the Sonic fanboys say it's the best Sonic game as far as 3D games go. I've never played it. I played Sonic Colors. People said, oh, Sonic. People always said Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations were like the two best 3D games. And I thought Sonic Colors was kind of bleh. It was okay. It was playable. But Sonic Generations is the one that people really rave about. That's the best one. I think they... I don't know. I can't remember what they did with it. But they did a good job with it. So he'll be a game worth keeping. You heard it runs bad on Switch? It might not run as good. I'm pretty sure the reviews were good for it though, like it's fine. $1,000 Gems, you hate Sonic Superstars with a passion? Really? I can see why people don't like it, but I really like it. I kind of appreciated the challenge a little bit. It's one of the hardest end bosses I've ever fought in a video game. They had hard bosses leading up to it. Yeah, some parts did piss me off. The desert boss pissed me off. I was too stupid to figure it out. I had to look at the walkthrough and it was my stupid ass that didn't understand the boss. That part really pissed me off, but... It's not perfect. The multiplayer sucks. It's non-existent. But I liked it. As a classic Sonic game, I thought they did an alright job. The level designs were pretty good. In fact, yeah, I did like the level designs. It felt like a real Sonic game. That's too bad you didn't like it. I thought it was good. I was a little surprised how challenging it was. I wasn't expecting a Sonic game to give me like a huge challenge. Usually the only thing that's challenging about Sonic is that you have limited lives and continues. Well, this has unlimited lives and continues, so you think how bad can it be? But yeah, they made the bosses a bit of a marathon in that game. Holy fuck. Didn't see that one coming. Usually Sonic has pretty easy bosses. You head to bed now, Prince of Fallen? Oops, I warped out, didn't I? Fuck. I got one more to do here. Fuck, now my warp ring's not gonna fucking work when I kill this next one. Yeah, I gotta get to bed after this. Think I was better off playing Sonic Colors on the Wii than on the Switch? Really? But with Sonic Superstars, like you feel good after beating those bosses and learning the bosses. It's rewarding when you finally beat it. That is funny, yeah. Middle-aged man still getting Sonic the Hedgehog for Christmas. I should go see Santa at the mall. Go sit on Santa's lap and make sure that he brings me Sonic the Hedgehog for Christmas. I like get in line, like get next in line. Alright, so where's your kid? Oh, I don't have a kid. I need to see Santa. I need to see it. It's like, well, we try to limit this to children, sir. Oh, but you don't understand. I need to see Santa. I need to make sure that I need to make sure that Santa knows that I get Sonic the Hedgehog for Christmas. Just in case. Security, we got a man that actually believes in Santa. Yeah, I gotta go see Santa Claus. Make sure he brings me Sonic. Make sure he brings me the right Sonic. I don't want another copy of... I don't want Frontiers. I don't want him to bring me Sonic Frontiers. I'll get mad. No, it's gotta be Generations. I can't trust Santa. You know, Santa's old, you know. He's old. Could be getting a little crazy. His memory might not be too good. I don't want him to bring me Frontiers instead by accident. I don't want Santa digging around the fucking bargain bin. Like, oh, this is the one that he wanted. No, no, Santa. It's got to be Sonic X. Shadow Generations. So I got to get down to the mall, make sure Santa knows. You like the Sonic Origins Plus release? They had boss rushes. I turned that game down because the physical didn't come with the Game Gear games. But I know the Game Gear games suck. Like, I kind of realized that after that, well, the Game Gear games aren't really worth worrying about anyways. But still, just the concept. Like, come on, you're supposed to have that all on the Switch card. So I passed on it. Whatever. I could play the Sonic games a million other different ways. I don't have to own it. I like the idea of having the Game Gear games. Like, just a nice fleshed out collection with a ton of games. But yeah, they have a boss rush in that. That's pretty cool. Alright, now I'm finally done. Except now I can't. I guess I can just head back out and take the crystal. Jack Black Santa gonna bring you Sonic Team Racing for Switch. Or like Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces instead. It's like, no, not this game again. Yeah, they're gonna re-release Sonic Boom. I've never played that one. I skipped that gen. Yeah, there's a lot of Sonic games I haven't played. I never got into. Just never was a fan of the 3D Sonic games. I used to own Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube, and I played a lot of the racing mode with a buddy back in the day. Used to have fun with that game. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube. And the battle thing, I guess they added more to the multiplayer. Yeah, it was good. But yeah, some of those single player levels were kind of shit. I think I still preferred the regular Sonic levels. Well, I think the mech levels were cool. Playing as Dr. Eggman. I think Tails might have also had a mech. The mech levels were okay in Sonic Adventure 2. But I didn't like the free roaming 3D levels with Knuckles and Amy. I remember those levels being ass. You're so tired of Canada. Shit game deals for Black Friday and Boxing Day. I know, we have next to nothing. He's gotta just basically for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, just shop on Amazon. It's probably the only way you're gonna get decent deals. You know, as far as gaming stuff in Canada, I don't think we really get fuck all. Said maybe you can get like the new Sonic game. Usually like the Sonic game goes on sale maybe. Or something. There might be some third party stuff. I don't know. I don't really scrounge around for Black Friday deals. I don't care. I'm not like a huge shopper. I buy stuff when I want something. I might get another memory card. I might want to get one now. I might end up getting a Switch 2 next year. I'm definitely going to get a fresh new SD card for a Switch 2. And I'm probably not going to go physical in the next gen. I'm done with physical games going forward in gaming. I'm still going to be collecting retro here and there, but For new games going forward, I'm just going to probably go all digital. Because I'm fucking turning 43 next year, and then what do I care about game preservation when it won't matter? I'm going to be a senior citizen by the time these servers go down. These servers last a good 20. I'll be like 60 years old by the time like these next servers go down. They're not going anywhere. What do I care about game preservation when I'm like 60 years old? Fuck it. So at this point, there's no point collecting physicals going forward. It doesn't matter. My life, my time is limited. Do I own any third-party mini controllers for Switch? Mini controllers, are they the you're talking about like they look like sort of like pro controllers, but they're like colorful and Nintendo themed, or like, well, maybe they don't have to be like Nintendo themed, just like those bright colored controllers that are oftentimes, yeah, they're wired controllers too, like those ones you're talking about, or like, or are they like? Oh wait, the mini ones, they're actually wireless. The wireless small ones, they wouldn't be bad to get. The Pro controllers are a little bit bulky for me. It's just I have two Pro controllers. They're not cheap. I just get used out of them. And yes, GameStop sells them. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I've never tried them. But they are wireless, I believe. The mini controllers you're talking about. Hold on. Trade this. Yeah, Canada's deals are like taking a $75 game and making it 70. Exactly. Exactly. That's all I'm finding. It's like 10% off. Yay. Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, $5 off a $75 game. That's our deals here. Exactly. That's why I don't really give a shit. You're not really. You're going into a busy mall to save $5 on something. Yeah, like it's dumb. It's not worth the effort. And we're getting into Christmas holiday shopping season. Like the malls are busier. People, of course, are looking for Black Friday deals. Yay, I saved $5 on a game. What did someone say about Breath of the Wild or something? What's... I misread something. I don't know. Yeah, not too worried about that. Yeah, I do need a new SD card. I think I might be able to tough it out with the Switch on what I got, and then on the Switch 2, I'll get like a terabyte or whatever, and I should get one while Black Friday comes around, Cyber Monday. It'll save me a little bit. Just get it, maybe a 1 terabyte card, and then just... I don't even know if I'm getting a Switch 2. That's the thing. Like, this thing could suck. Who knows? The servers aren't going anywhere, so I can wait on getting another SD card. Gotta make sure you get the right one. Make sure that one that works prop. Gotta make sure you get a good name brand one that works with the Switch. Make sure it works good with the Switch. Okay, all my equipment's turned in. Got a bunch of junk I have to sell. Half-Life 2 is free on Steam until November. Yep, never played Half-Life 2. I love Half-Life 1. Oh, my items sold. I did not like the direction of what the story in Half-Life 2. Alright, we got a couple of these on sale. Alright, sell this crap, but I'm going to get out of here. Well, if you have any final thoughts, you can throw it in there. I'm going to get going. When am I streaming again? Hopefully when I'm playing something interesting. Tonight I wanted to just log on and talk to you guys. I'm glad that you guys came out and shit. We talked about a lot of shit today. Maybe when I'm playing something more interesting. Definitely be doing Marvel vs. Capcom later this week, but that's not till Friday. Might not be able to pick it up till Saturday. Maybe I could play some. Maybe I can bust out the N64. If I'm up to it tomorrow, I know I'm staying up late tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be tired tomorrow. Fuck. I passed out for like an hour after work, so I thought I'm not going to get to bed right away. You'll see if I feel like it tomorrow. Wednesday I gotta do some shit. Then Thursday. Fuck, I don't know. I'll see about Wednesday. We'll see. Maybe this team. I just don't know. With me, things always just pop up at the last minute. I can't promise anything. Unfortunately, this isn't my full-time job, so I don't have a... Sorry that I'm not an e-beggar. Relying on donations and stuff like that, then yes, I would have a organized schedule. But when you live the work life and everything, you can't predict if you're going to have a busy day at work, or you never know what mood you're going to be in, so... And I just haven't been playing any games lately. I've been just playing this boring game. Grinding away in this right now due to the bonus currencies that I'm able to get in this game, so I've been grinding out a lot. I usually don't play this game as much as I do. I'm really determined to build this weapon and everything that I'm doing in this. But yeah, I will be getting back to playing. There's still so many Switch games I want to play. So many arcade games I want to play and buy, and so many indie games that go on sale that I'm willing to pick up. There's just so much to play. And yes, I do want to go back and play Banjo. I'm going to call it the first look. I'm going to take a look at it, see if I can at least understand it and get through some of it. I can't promise that I'll like it because I did not like the layout of Banjo and Kazooie. I thought it was an ugly game. It had just weird hub world that didn't connect well together, and I just thought Banjo Kazooie was very ugly. And the levels were very cluttered, and it just didn't work with me. So I can't promise that I'll like the second one, but I'll give it a look. I'll give it a go, or I'll at least like beat some bosses. I'll get some hours out of it, but I can't promise that I'm gonna be hooked on it or anything. I really got to buckle down and give these games a go. They're meant to spend a lot of time on. I did it with Donkey Kong 64. I was dedicated to that game. Maybe one day I'll dedicate myself for Banjo-Kazooie, and if I have to use a strategy guide, I will. Just so I can get through some parts. Because that water level in Banjo-Kazooie, I'm like, what is going on? Then when you die, you have to collect all the little things again. I'm like, this sucks. Play one of your more obscure 64 games. I've streamed quite a bit of 64 since I started the whole thing, and I've played them all pretty much. I'll play some Dr. Mario 64. I haven't given that one a good go. There's not too much left to pick up for my N64 collection. I'm only trying to get the must-have games. I'm still looking for Beetle Adventure Racing. I can never find that game in the wild. Yes, Mario 64, much better hub world than Banjo. It's an actual hub world. Banjo just strings together a bunch of shit you gotta walk through, and it's barely a hub world. Oh, it's bad. You like Conquer better than Banjo? Yes. Conquer's Bad Fur Day it's a game I don't own. I used to own it. It was good. I've talked about Conquer quite a bit here. I did play through it once. The original N64, not the Xbox remake. But yeah, soon when I get the time and energy, I'm getting the N64 busted out. Definitely going to start things off playing Revenge. But usually when it gets into the winter time, I'm usually aching to play some N64. It's just the N64 reminds me of winter. I also love NBA Hang Time. There's a lot. I just love the N64. I think you just gotta know where all the good games are. It doesn't have a huge library, and probably most of it's shit, but a lot of good gems. Alright, so I'm getting out of here. Yeah, I'll try and be back more this week. It's just right now I'm not. I'm just not in a weird gaming state right now. Not playing much right now. I'll get back into it soon. I'm a fan of Wave Race, but I can only play it on easy. The game's too hard. I do like Wave Race. 1080's way too hard as well. I have to sit there and learn and play the shit out of it in order to get good at 1080. Alrighty. You guys have an Amico day? Yes, exactly, Princess Rescuer. I'm not making money, so sorry I'm not obligated. But I'm not going away. You guys have an Amico day, including you. You. Yoda! Yoda! I have an idea, guys. You. You. And even you, Yoshi. Have an Amico day, everybody.